This morning we're gonna go hunt some snowshoe hares. They're white about this time of year, and we've been losing a lot of snow, so it's gonna be relatively simple. It's just kind of a quick hunt, but we'll be taking my Marlin Model 6022, and I've had since I was a kid, and grown up with it. So 22 rifle with a scope is kind of ideal, especially if you see something that looks like a stump, and it's really great to be able to identify whether it's a stump or not. You can really dial it up and just see if you see fur or whatever, just to try and keep from jumping something. So then we've got these Walmart bags. I usually take 2 of them and use those to put in my vest, just to keep the rabbit blood and fur and stuff from after shooting one from getting all in my clothes and staining stuff, and then just being overall dirty in the car. Another thing I take with me are ice cleats. Last time I was out, I ended up falling a few times, and I'd rather not fall on the ice. Especially right now with everything starting to fall out, there's going to be a little bit of water and be super slick. Then obviously decent pair of gloves. Nothing fancy, just something to keep your hands warm. I don't like to shoot with gloves on, so I just get a cheap warm pair and use those. And then, like I said, so we got our vest, and we got orange on the front and on the back so that we're safe, and don't want anybody shooting in our direction, because it's a fairly popular area we're going to go to. So I always take my orange, and I always get a call to have some extra bullets. I prefer using these round nose 22 bullets. They're nothing fancy, not hollow points, 40 grain, and then the copper jacket keeps it a lot cleaner in my rifle, just in general. But then the round tip is great, because in case we see a fox or maybe a lynx or something else that we want to shoot and keep the hide, then something like this isn't going to damage the hide so much. And there's no point in damaging any more meat than we have to if we were to not be able to make contact with a headshot. So round nose bullets, very good option, and highly recommend using a 22 over a shotgun with these snowshoe hares, because you want to be breaking a lot of bones usually, and then you have the pellets you got to dig out and all the little bitty bone fragments. And when you're trying to eat something and clean it, you want to be as efficient as possible, and it's not much fun having to dig bones or pellets out of your meat. So I like using 22 for that reason in particular. It's just something I found that works well, and it's enjoyable. The snowshoe hares don't tend to run a long ways like cottontail rabbits do. Cottontails seem to run a ways, and you don't see them very much anyway. But especially with today, we should be able to see them a long ways off and be able to just kind of ease in close for a good shot. And we'll see you out in the woods. So we just jumped one, got a shot on him. So we'll get you turned around here. It's almost cheating shooting these things right now. Everything's brown, the rabbits are white. Boy, they taste good this time of year. I think we spotted another one, and we're starting to stalk right now. It might end up being just another tree stump or something, but hey, stump rabbits are just as much a target. These things are guilty until proven innocent, if you know what I mean. So we're gonna work our way in here and see what we can figure out. What is it?
It looks furry though.
It turned out to be a rabbit, but I thought that it was a stump, and the closer I got, the more it looked like a stump. So I kind of gave up on it being a rabbit, and then all of a sudden it took off running. It's kind of weird. It's something that looked like a rabbit, and then we get closer and it doesn't. But we end up running it down, and we got a shot on it.
Got him. Here's what we're looking for. They're pretty big. So we stopped, set up our little target to shoot, see where we're hitting at. And yeah, it's not the gun. Somebody needs some more practice. Let him go up that mountain. He just went all, he was halfway up the hill now.
I see that. I'm not walking up there after.
No. What the world? I thought you were hunting rabbits, not mountain goats. They got Dylan sneaking into position over here at the bottom of the hill. That rabbit took off up here. It's really steep. And these cross boots are not designed for this, but that's okay. My big self isn't designed for it either, so. Alright, so we're gonna get up here. Well, that hurt. Didn't slam the rifle though, so that's the main thing.
On the way back to the truck, we came across this ice bridge, so we decided to mess around with it.
Did you try and break it with that stick or something?
Let's see how this goes. Yep, about what we expected. Well, we walked a total of 4 miles. We saw 5 rabbits, and we were finally able to connect on 2 of them. I definitely need to spend more time on the rifle, and now that we have Dylan's rifle zeroed, we should be ready to roll for next time we go out. We ended up with 2 Ziploc bags full of meat, so that was a big blessing. So in a video coming up, we'll be making some rabbit meat.